Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl T with T's Book Nook, and today we're going to be reviewing African mythology. Now, I absolutely love this genre. It has me in a chokehold right now, and so I'm really excited to review some of these books. And without further ado, let's get into it, okay? First, we have Blood Scion. Now, I rated this one a 4 out of 5. It's about a girl who's descended from Orisha gods, and she has to choose between betraying her people and assimilating into society where she's basically persecuted or enslaved, or becoming the catalyst for change. Now, in this book, I did really enjoy the magic system and the world building aspects, of the book. And also, I really did enjoy that the female main character was very strong-willed and strong-minded. In some of these books, you have female main characters who are kind of insecure in their abilities, and every other phrase in their mind is like, can I do it, da 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 da. And she has that sometimes, but for a majority of the book, she's pretty strong-minded, and I really, really, really enjoyed that and made the book a lot more tolerable. A Song of Wraiths and Ruin. I really enjoyed this as well. I rated it a 3 out of 5 because it didn't wow me, but it was still good, right? It's about a princess who's forced to take the throne in a midst of a coup, and an immigrant who wants to get his sister back from an ancient spirit. So their paths cross, and it takes them on a journey of love, betrayal, and they end up discovering truths that have been buried for generations, right? It actually shows the progression of the main characters, the relationship between the main characters, and the varying complexities that come with their union, which I really did appreciate, rather than having them meet, make eye contact, and be like, oh, that's the love of my life, right? So there's continuous action scenes. There's great overall storytelling and character development. And also, I did love that the magic system was heavily influenced by ancestral ties, right? So I really did enjoy that aspect of the book. Next, we have Forged by Blood and Exiled by Iron. Now, this is the same series, but I had to put it on one slideshow just to show you how much that I loved it, right? The series was a 5 out of 5. A young girl is forced to flee her village after her powers are discovered and her mother is killed. A prince who regrets ever betraying her trust, and a best friend who would do anything to keep her safe. Now, I loved every single aspect of this book, from the storytelling to the world building and the complex magic system. I enjoyed the relationships between the characters and how it progresses, how she goes from betrayal to understanding to a sort of kind of forgiveness, because everybody's in a situation where they don't really have a choice, and they just have to figure out their way around life together. And anyways, I really did, like I said, I have to keep reiterating this. I enjoyed every single part of this book, especially when we find out that this entire chain of events was started because her mother didn't want to fall in love with the now king of the land. And so the book is basically based on a lifetime fucking vendetta over a guy not getting a girl. It's much more complex than that, but that's basically the gist of it. And when I found that out, I was like, are you serious? This is absolutely insane. But the book was good. I need y'all to read it. So we can discuss in the comments expeditiously, please. Thank you. Next, we have Masquerade. Now, I did really, really, really enjoy this book. It's not exactly African mythology, but it's heavily rooted in African culture, so that's why it's also in here. I rated this 4 out of 5. It was great. I was missing that wow factor for that final star, but it was a really, really great book. Okay. Basically, a warlord seeks to make a blacksmith his wife, going against the cultural norms associated with her title. So in this book, blacksmiths are seen as like the lesser in their social hierarchy. They're basically women who have never been married, never had children, and they're just peasant workers, basically. And so she's kind of lifted into this role of queen, and she has to figure out her way around this new society that she's been placed in, and having to deal with the looks that servants in the palace give her, along with the king's inner circle, because they see her as lesser than. And eventually she becomes a really important asset to the king on his tirade throughout the land, right? I really did enjoy the duality of the warlord as well. You see his ruthless side and how he's so headstrong in his ambition to unite the land under his rule. But then you also see his loving side when it comes to her, and how he would literally kill for her and basically just do anything for her. He's kind of like at her mercy in that sense. And I really, really, really appreciate that. I love a man who kind of bends to the will of his woman. I also really did like the way that the book ended. If you are a fan of the movie, The Woman King by Viola Davis, you'll really, really, really enjoy this book. So I highly recommend. And that is all. Thank you so much for tuning in. This has been Tea with T's Book Nook, and I will see you later.